Hello, everybody. Hello, Princess Ava.
Mr. Stashevsky.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Present with me is Mr. Philip Pollock, number 13 on the calendar, Your Honor.
Yes. And Mr. Pollock, good afternoon, sir.
How's it going?
And I see that, well, we're here for trial confirmation, but I see you've submitted a guilty plea.
Correct.
Yes, Your Honor. The intention is to enter a disposition in this matter today.
All right. So first of all, Amy, the charge is amended per the complaint that the state filed September 5th to DUI. And it looks like he's pleading guilty to that charge. All right, Mr. Pollock, I do have your guilty plea to the charge of driving under the influence. Have you reviewed your guilty plea with Mr. Stashevsky?
Correct, sir.
Okay. All right, you're waiving your legal rights in this case by pleading guilty to that charge. So that means the right to go to trial, the right to have the prosecutor prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury, the right to call witnesses who could testify in your defense, the right to hear witnesses testify against you and question them. You're giving up the presumption of innocence and the right to appeal your conviction to a higher court. The maximum sentence for DUI in this case is 364 days in jail and a $5,000 fine. And no matter what sentence the prosecutor is recommending, I could impose up to the maximum.
Okay.
There are also mandatory minimum penalties. And those are based on prior offenses and the current case. And it looks like in your case, you and the prosecutor apparently agree you have 2 prior offenses within the last 7 years. So they're recommending a total of 210 days of confinement. There's also a mandatory fine, but that can be waived if you're indigent. And then there's also a mandatory driver's license suspension that'll be issued by the Department of Licensing. So do you have any questions about the mandatory penalties for a DUI?
No, sir.
All right. And Mr. Pollock, did anybody make any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
All right. And the statement that you've written here on your plea form, it says on August 6th of 2025 in Thurston County, I drove a motor vehicle while under the influence of intoxicating liquor. Is that your statement?
Correct.
I will accept your guilty plea. All right, Mr. Lindgren.
And Your Honor, this is a guilty plea with an agreed recommendation. I was a latecomer to this calendar.
Yeah, I noticed it wasn't you who signed the guilty plea statement.
This is a agreed upon resolution I worked on with Mr. Weston, Mr. Lindgren.
I thought so. I just wanted to thank you, counsel. The state would ask the court to follow the agreed recommendation. It was well negotiated between the parties, Your Honor.
So with, I guess one fact that I didn't get as part of the plea conversation was either whether this was a refusal or whether this was a breath test of 0.15 or higher.
Your Honor, oh, sorry. I'll actually defer to the state.
I have the ticket out here right now. It looks to have been a breath test over 0.15. Yeah.
Over 0.15.
Yeah, I've got
okay.
0.182 to 0.196.
All right. So then you may be off on what the mandatory sentence would be under these circumstances. So his prior offenses were in 2018 and 2021, both within 7 years of the offense date alleged in this case.
In Your Honor, Mr. Weston and I had negotiated an agreed upon resolution to 2 priors with either the BAC no test or under 0.15. If
Okay.
we were by the law obligated to do the higher, defense would not want to.
No, you're not.
Okay.
No, you're not. If the allegation is going to be a no test for purposes of the factual basis of the plea, then that's what it'll be.
Yeah, this will be a no test.
Okay. Gotcha. So, okay. All right, Mr. Stashevsky.
Oh, no. Thank you, Your Honor. There are kind of numerous representations I'd like to make in Mr. Pollock's case. First, as I think might be somewhat evidenced by the change in filing, Mr. Pollock's case has been somewhat of a fluid process in that there was some evidence that both sides were seeking. Even with that evidence, Your Honor, Mr. Pollock has permitted me to share that I believe there were very viable trial approaches to this case. But Mr. Pollock has been consistent with me throughout our time together that he really wants to focus on treatment and getting help for his substance use disorder. He has been unwavering in the focus on that component of it. And to that end, Your Honor, I had a substance use evaluator complete an in-custody substance use evaluation for Mr. Pollock, and that should be available to Your Honor and filed with the court. It recommended intensive inpatient. I worked with the substance use evaluator and with the and got a start bed date. And that letter from American Behavioral Health Systems should also be available to the court date. It has a start date of October 9th. I can represent to the court that with the agreed upon resolution, I do believe Mr. Pollock may be out approximately October 4th. So I can represent to the court that I will be communicating with the substance use evaluator, who's been a great help facilitating these communications, as well as Ms. Gutierrez, who is the author of the ABHS letter, and confirming that with the agreed upon resolution, Mr. Pollock would not be in custody on October 9th, I believe, and that he would need to be there on October 9th. But we do have a firm start date, and Mr. Pollock is looking forward to getting that treatment, Your Honor. A couple other things I'd like to highlight. Mr. Pollock, for the past month, has attended the AA meetings in the correctional facility every Wednesday. So as of today, Your Honor, he has attended 4 of those meetings. He also started attending 2 weeks ago the 33rd group, which is a group that meets in the correctional facility that has a focus on spiritual deportment and mental health. And he has attended 2 of those sessions as well. He also relates to me, Your Honor, that he has completely read a Narcotics Anonymous book that was available here at the correctional facility, which again, I think does evince the sincere desire on his part to get treatment for the substance use disorder, Your Honor. And I appreciate the court's time in letting me share all that contextual information. I do think it was important in this particular case to convey all of that.
All right, and Mr. Pollock, would you like to say anything before I sentence you?
I know it was a mistake and I just want to get help and better myself and get back out to my daughter and family and change. And make change for the better and keep my head on a straight path and never go back to alcohol or anything again. So.
All right, well, I saw the letter from ABHS before I came into court today. So I had a pretty good sense that that was the direction that you were heading toward, going into an inpatient program and dealing with your addiction issues and trying to, transition, I guess would be a good way to put it, from the kind of sobriety you get when you're in the jail versus the kind you maintain yourself when you're out of the jail.
Correct.
And I think that's the way to be thinking. That's the right way to be thinking about your situation so that you can maintain that once you get released.
Correct. And also I'm going to be, after I complete the inpatient program, I plan on becoming an outpatient as well and continuing in the program just to keep bettering myself for further future. So.
Yeah, well, Mr. Pollock, you got a lot of DUIs in a real short period of time, and you're still a really young person. So there's really a lot of reason for you to change everything, change your approach to your addiction and your sobriety,
Correct.
because your life can be so much better.
I
And you
agree.
have a lot of life ahead of you.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Well, Mr. Pollack, I think this, makes sense. I think Mr. Stashevsky's done a really good job for you to get this, to help you get this organized.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to follow the recommendation that the attorneys are making to me. So that means that your sentence for the DUI will be 364 days, 154 days are suspended. You have credit for 45 days served since you were arrested. That leaves 45 days of custody in the jail to do, minus any good time you get from the jail, and 120 days of EHM. As far as financial obligations, the only thing I'm going to impose is a probation fee of $120, and then I'm waiving all the fines and costs. For the next 60 months, the conditions of your probation are: don't violate the law, don't drive without your interlock, don't go to bars or taverns, don't drive without your license and insurance, no alcohol, marijuana, or non-prescribed drugs, and don't refuse a breath test. And then the most important part is to follow through with your substance use treatment, complete that, and do one session of the DUI victim panel.
Okay, correct.
All right, do you have any questions about that sentence?
So how many days from now do I have left? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, the final determination is made by the jail, and that's going to be based on any good time you've earned.
Okay, okay.
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 Yeah.
That would be it. I appreciate it very much.
Okay, well, good luck at your inpatient program.
Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
real quick before we wrap up this matter, for as far as a scram device for Mr. Pollack, the state wanted to make the ask that scram remain a condition at least until we have treatment reports after his release.
Okay. That's okay. Let me ask you, if you know, Mr. Stashevsky, is that going to work with ABHS if he were to have a scram? I don't want them to swallow.
The two responses I could offer was this was not a term that Mr. Weston and I had discussed prior to today. And then the second and the most direct answer to your question, Your Honor, is I do not know. I'm just
Can I just after?
what's
I don't mean to present it as part of the agreed recommendation.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying there. I think at this point, since we're pretty confident he's going to transition directly from the jail to ABHS, I'm not going to require the scram.
Understood. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pollack.
Great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then over at the Squally, ma'am, what's your name, please?
Elizabeth Pippin, hello, Mr. Wall.
How you doing, Miss Pippin?
Oh, not great. You guys have the wrong, you have the wrong name on here. As you have Elizabeth K. Aloha, and my legal name is Elizabeth Ellen K. Aloha. It's on my driver's license, on my ID. So you guys have the wrong name. So that means it's been, and I've been in here since I was arrested, I haven't even been arrested. All right, and I've been here ever since because I couldn't pay my 500, which I am.
Well, hold on just a minute, okay, Miss Pippin? I'll get back to you in just a couple minutes, all right?
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking to me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was, but
Yeah.
now I'm gonna go and talk to Mr. Pazderka about you. So listen up, okay? Listen to him, Mr. Pazderka.
Your Honor, it appears there was some mix-up in communication with DSHS. Ms. Pippin was released and then found herself back in custody, and so the DSHS is saying, at least they told us that they need a new order to be able to come back and evaluate her. Basically,
I don't need
the
evaluation
original
for
order
anything.
is not.
I have never been charged with anything. I don't know you. I've never been charged with
Miss
anything.
Pippin, don't interrupt, okay? Just hold on.
Please give me a break.
So
Never been arrested for anything. I have no charges on me.
Pippin,
I don't.
just wait,
That
just
man.
wait.
No, sir, I've never talked to that man.
So, Your Honor, your request to set this over, and I will be submitting an updated order for the court to
For
sign.
what? I have never been arrested. I don't have charges on me. What am I being arrested for? What am I'm not even been arrested.
Ms. Pippin, hold on, okay? Please, just be
Sure.
patient. I promise you I'll get back to you. All right, Mr. Lindgren, Ms. Pippin's been in custody for a while. Do we
Yeah,
need to hold her in custody? Is
for
the
what?
city,
I don't
does
even
the city want to continue to
They
have her
have the
held?
wrong name. You have the wrong name. That's void. That is void. That's not me. Wrong name, birth, the whole name, wrong. On my, check on my ID, check everything. It's the wrong name. You have the wrong name. You cannot hold me with the wrong name. And I've been here this whole time with the wrong name. So that means like major penalties. I mean, please do not disrupt my legal knowledge. All right, I'm
Alright.
way smarter than you legally. I guarantee you, I've got 4-year degree, legal, 4-year
Your Honor,
degree.
are you referring to possibly changing the conditions of the lease?
But I have
to
never
the-
talked to that man. This is the first time I've ever seen anybody and I've been held here. Okay, so
Thank you.
either I'm going to get my own private lawyers again,
All right,
or do
Ms.
it
Pippin,
myself.
Ms. Pippin,
Okay, I have
please
never
hold on.
I mean,
Please
Commissioner
hold on.
Walmsley, you
All right, Mr. Pezdirka, I'm gonna release her for a out of custody evaluation.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will submit an order to that effect.
I'm gonna pick a date for that here. We'll put it on the regular out of custody calendar. Let's look at December 12th. Amy, can you give me a time on December 12th?
Yeah,
Okay. All right, Ms. Pippin, your court date is going to be December 12th at 9:30. And you're released until that. All right, I appreciate you going back and looking at that, Mr. Lindgren. I noticed you've been in custody since August 17th.
No problem. Thank you for pointing it out.
Okay, Ms. Pippin, we'll see you in December and you're released. All right, there's more.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.